Working with sloped pipe in any of these 3D software packages is always a bugger. Revit or CADWorks. So I was doing some online research, seeing what other people were doing with sloped pipe in Revit. And I came across a common error. And it has to do with the definition of terms between vertical and plumb. This wall is vertical, but it's not plumb. A contractor in the field is going to do something like this, level that bubble to get this stud plumb. Now when you're using sockets, there is no slop in this socket. These pipes go together 90 degrees relative to each other. So if you put a 1/4 inch per foot slope on this, you're going to get a 1/4 inch per foot offset down here. It won't be plumb. And then if you go down the line here and you have another fitting that's on a sloped pipe that's going this way, they won't go together. You can phony it in, but a contractor isn't going to be able to phony it in when he tries to build it. This is the best example I could find of an explanation. So what's required, this can be built. It requires rotating, my other section, it requires rotating this lateral off a little bit to put the slope on this pipe. And if you subtract that from 90 degrees, you wind up with that. And I highly recommend going in and changing your settings to 4 decimal places if you want to work with any success in connecting these sloped lines. Revit doesn't always give you the right answer, and that's really not the issue. The important thing is that there's enough parts included in the pipe run to get it to do what you want it to do. This fitting is needed to rotate this to the horizontal position, and as you can see, it's not exact, but it gets it there, and then this fitting is rotated to bring this rise into plumb. This is the easiest to model, this setup right here, and it's probably the easiest to fabricate. This is just a 1/4 inch per foot, and then the slope is added by rotating this. And the same holds true down here. This is just rotated to accommodate the slope. So be aware of what you're putting together and whether it can be fabricated or not. One more thing, when you get a connection that works, what I did was made a model of it. And it's similar to CADWorks assembly. It's not as easy to manipulate as CADWorks assemblies, but it still keeps you from having to try to get these connections together all the time. We line this puppy up. And you go up here and ungroup it. And then you start making the connections to it. And I got to tell you, even that can be a pain in the ass. just delete that run. Lo and behold. Basically, that's what you got to do. And then you got the hassle of getting this lined up with that rise or at that branch. But that'll give you an idea.